Hello. So we are back, and this time with a very interesting video. So I start getting less jobs, and I said, you know what, let's do a video about GPU mods, yeah, and power mods. Let's learn how we can boost our FPS with a gaming laptop. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But now, as we have better cooling, the thing is, the laptop is not designed to work with a cooler pad. When I say it's not designed to work with a cooling pad, means now you have better cooling, so now you could have better performance, but you can't really change that on the laptop settings. We've seen with this cooling pad, we can improve the performance on the GPU and CPU. But as soon as you fix the problem with the temperature, then another problem it will came in, the power limits. Now, obviously, the laptop has power limits because the power is limited on your charger. Let's say you have a 200 watt charger. So when you pass that limit, the charger, it will just shut down. And you will say, Sorin, okay, but what you are saying doesn't make sense. So basically, you don't have more power. How you can boost the performance? Now, here is a misconception. You do have more power. The laptop is designed on any condition, this should work 100%. Does mean if I have the CPU and GPU at 100%, which probably never happen when I'm playing games. But anyway, let's say 100%, yeah, then the laptop should work fine. If I have the CPU and GPU at full power, yeah, then the battery fully discharged, the laptop should work fine. Then here I have a USB-C, a normal USB port, and here I have two USBs and one USB-C. So let's say 10 watts per USB-A port, then let's say 20 watts, at least 20 watts for the USB-C. So we have at least 55 watts only from the USB ports. So that 55 watts, we can use them. But because of the power limits, you can't use them. So basically, if I plug on each port a phone on charge, this laptop, it will still work with the CPU and GPU at 100%. So obviously, this video is not for you if your plan is to plug on every USB port and USB-C a phone on charge. Yeah, so this video is not for you in that case. But most of the people, they are not plugging, like on a gaming laptop, phones on charge. So I will say, let's see how we can get advantage from that extra power and push that power into the GPU. Now I'll plug the HDMI port on this laptop. And let's see how the power limit is looking. Now you can see here somewhere power limit. You can see here power limit on the bottom. Then we have the GPU temperature here, yeah? So I will start to stress the GPU, start stressing the GPU. The clock is going high, but check here on the corner, here down, power limit 1. That means right now, the GPU performance is limited. And if you check the temperature, yeah, because we have the cooling pad, so the temperature is about 65 degrees on the GPU, but the power limit is on the place. Yeah, so my question is why? I mean, we have better cooling, the GPU temperature is low, but we do have a power limit. And this video is about removing this power limit. Now, what power limit means? Usually, my GPU clock, it's over 2 gigahertz here on the corner. So, as soon as you reach the power limit, what the computer it will do, it will lower the clock in order to keep the power down. Same like with the temperature. The temperature is reaching like 100 degrees. The laptop, it will lower the clock to keep the temperature down. But we fix the temperature issue. Now, all we have to do is to fix the power issue. Now, if we are going quickly and check, we are on the power limit. You can see on the corner power limit 1, and now it's going to 0 because the game is on the background. But one more time, this is the game, back, the power limit is 1. Now, if you check the GPU temperature with the game on, we have like a 63 degrees. You can see that. So I have enough cooling, yeah, but I don't have enough power. That's my issue. So I would say let's leave the game, let's open the laptop, and let's try to remove this power limit. Okay, the laptop is open. Let me take out the heatsink. Taking out the heatsink. And of course, we have liquid metal. Basically, I try already everything possible in order to boost the performance. Yeah, so liquid metal, clean fans, and the cooling pad. So we are looking for current sensor. Current sensors are like big resistors, like those ones from here. You, of course, don't forget to disconnect the battery, right? You see those big resistors? They are current sensor. Basically, the voltage, the 19 volts, is passing the resistors. And it's a chip which is reading the current drop across the resistors. Now, I can't see any resistors from the GPU, so should be around here, around the GPU power supplies. But I can't see any. Also, I cannot see the input current sensor, because you have the GPU current sensor, you have the charging circuit current sensor, and you have the input total power current sensor. So I think we have to take the motherboard out. So give me a little bit of time and let me take the board out. Okay, I found them, yeah? Let's check together. So like how I said, those are the current sensor to charge the battery, yeah? So it's checking the current which is going into the battery. And here we have two current sensor, which I'm not sure which one is for the GPU and which one is for anything else. That's not very important. And on the other side, we have here, so here you have the input MOSFETs, and here you have a current sensor. So I believe this is the sensor which is reading the total current. Yeah, you can see the path here is going into the board, and most likely is coming here. So I'm not going to touch this sensor, because if we were going to mode this sensor, then the system can take the current till the moment the charger it will just shut down. So the sensor which is reading the total current which is coming into the laptop, it will stay in place. But those ones, I will mod them both. When I'm saying mod, I'm saying let's use a proper calibrated wire. Obviously, I'm joking. And let's bypass those resistors. Yeah, so a little bit of flux, Rosin flux. Good. And all what we need, because those resistance, internal resistance is very, very low, like 0.00 something ohms. So we can use, just a simple wire. So one wire here, from here back to here. Perfect. And one wire here, back here. Perfect. And this should do the trick. So give me a little bit of time to put all back together and test. Okay, so all is back in place. What we did those two resistors, yeah? Okay, good. Okay, I left it to run for a few minutes. We have a steady clock, 1987. We have a steady temperature. Everything is steady there. And obviously, no power limit. So I'm gonna stop this test. This is just, an example how you can improve a system. You first improve the cooling, because if you do the power mode without cooling, it's making no sense. The first limit is not the power limit. The first limit is actually the temperature. But as soon as you solve the problem with the temperature, then you can get rid of the power limit. So the temperature is solved, the power limit is solved, so we improve the FPS on this gaming laptop. You can see we have like a steady clock. You remember on the first test was like 1.7 gigahertz, and now we have like 2 gigahertz steady clock. Yeah. So have in mind every laptop is different. Some laptops they don't have GPU current sensor. Some laptops they have on a different position on the motherboard. And a lot of things can go wrong doing this kind of mod. And you'll ask, sorry, what do you mean? Something it will get burned? No, nothing it will get burned. I still have the protection from the input. On the input, power input, we have a sensor. We didn't touch that sensor. So even if something goes wrong, I still have that sensor which it will limit the current. The first sensor from the charging port, it's affecting the CPU clock. So when something goes wrong with the power, it's getting too much inside of the laptop, it will limit the CPU clock. Now, I cannot be responsible for any of whatever you try to do. You have to understand those are like serious stuff. So either you try to find support to someone which is fixing laptops and he can mod your laptop, or don't do it because, the risk to damage the laptop is very high. Take this video as entertainment, yeah? Now another good question is, Sorin, but if I want to push the things further, can I do it? And the answer is yes. You can find a better charger with more amps. You can even mod the first sensor. Then it will be no power limit at all. But obviously, doing this like a bigger charger, so you put pressure on the charging port, you put pressure on the power input circuit with where we have some MOSFETs. So you put pressure on a lot of components inside of your laptop. So I will say better don't do it. But yeah, you can try. You can get a lot more from a laptop. Now I'm gonna stop here. I will say thank you for watching. Hopefully this make a clear picture how the power is used inside of the laptop and what the sensor actually are doing. And also the relationship between the temperature and the power, because everything is on a balance here. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like the video, and see you on the next one. Bye.